3BC.
Hey everybody, welcome to 3BC. This is your girl Joy, your hostess with the Mostest. Today, I have my 3BCs, one solo, Chloe and KC the Alchemist, but we have another special guest today, and that is Russell Taylor. This episode is for the culture, and it is Black Music Month in June, and we want to celebrate Black music in all its forms of people who keep the culture alive and keep it moving forward and keep it progressive and keep it sexy and funky, like my boo Russell. Hey Russ.
Hey, how you ladies doing today?
Welcome to the
Great.
welcome to the hen house.
I love the hen house. Let's go.
So Russell has a new single out called Come Morning. And what's very interesting about it is that he produced this song during the pandemic as well as a companion music video, which was 100% virtual, and it was directed by the wonderfully talented Dominga Martin. She could be with us today, but we are going to talk to Russell about the video, the creating of the song. And the video was really cool, Russell.
Thank
You want to
you.
talk about how you guys pulled that concept together?
Sure. Dominga Martin, she is a filmmaker, and I've known her for a very long time. I guess we're going close to 15 years now. And we've worked together on a couple of other projects. And
It might be longer than that, Russell, because I've known you probably a little long, and Dominga longer than that.
yeah, but
Stop lying about your age.
Oh,
okay, back up off me. Back up off me.
okie
I've
dokie.
known you longer though than I've known Dominga. So you may have known Dominga longer. I didn't meet you
Okay.
guys together. You feel me?
Okay. All right.
See?
All right. All
Okay.
right. All right.
Okay.
He was like, I'm going to come for you. Stop it.
No, not at all. Not at all. So with Dominga, she's also very much a revolutionary as well. So when during this time where everything is shut down, that's when artists kind of, we feel the pull to create. And I reached out to her about the song. And I was like, I got an idea for the video. What do you think? And then she expanded upon the idea as only a woman could, because I just think that the subject matter and as the way that the video feels could only be accomplished by a woman's touch. And we collaborated together and pushed it out. It by far exceeded my expectations of what we could do with the many limitations that we had.
I have to tell you, it was beautiful. I love the golden hue that's on you.
Oh
And
yeah, thank you.
I love the women in the different stages, some in the state of getting ready, some very ready. The guy in the tank top just leaning against the wall. I mean, it was just so creative. How were you able to just really pull all of these people together?
So what we did was Dominga and I came up with 3 or 4 different scenarios, and we chose, these are all people that I don't necessarily know them, but I'm connected to them through Instagram or, some people I know personally. So we went through and asked a whole bunch of people. We asked probably about 100 people, and of the 100, 40 of them agreed to participate. And then we put together 4 or 5 different scenarios and sent them directions on how to film or frame what they did at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then as each edit came in, we put it together with an editor, video editor named Marissa, as far as the theme goes, of just people getting ready in the stage, people preparing to go on their first date after the COVID lockdown ended. And we also gave everyone creative license. Like, you can just stay within the framing and then do what makes you feel good. I can speak particularly to my challenge. I've done several music videos, and I would not say that I've had the hugest budget. I'm an independent artist, but I've had a lot of people involved to help me look good, help me move right, help me, I had assistants. And this time, after eating, 4 weeks solid of fried chicken and baked potatoes and chocolate cake and hair and beard grown out, and you have all of these things where you feel like you're not your optimal best,
or roots
and then suddenly
like me.
all of these things, and then you suddenly have to show up and be your optimum best on camera and without anything. So I had a lot of struggle with it, and I found out that everyone else involved had a struggle too. So was one of the byproducts was that you realize really what is important is like, and what makes you feel good about yourself. Like it was my second take that actually made it to the video, because I was so in my head, like, this doesn't feel, this doesn't look, this isn't right, and everything is screwed up. And I ended up coming out on the other side like, I preach about all these truths, and it's true. I deliver truth when I perform. I deliver truth in the records. But when it came time to showing up for the video, I was like, oh shit, So it worked out in a whole lot of different ways. And I have to say, and I'm not just saying it because I'm in the hen house, I don't think that it would have felt as good, and I don't think it would have translated as well if I did not have the women surrounding me that I had in order to get to the next place.
Facts. I'm just kidding.
Well, the sincerity does come out in the video, and I like the song. I like the video. I told Joy I was adding it to my date dancing Step Lively playlist.
Oh, let's go.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. You just
well, when I say Step Lively, I'm not a stepper. I want to be a stepper. It's that I want to be, but I'm gonna get my two-step on, and as much as I can. I'm not like one solo over here, but that is my mix for when I learn how and do it well. I already have my mix, but also I put it in my date dancing playlist. Ooh. So if I have a date, we can groove together. But I love it. It's just like, it just put me in a good mood and made me want to groove. I like the video. It made me feel good. I think like you were saying, dealing with the struggle of how you were going to look on video, I think putting yourself in a place where you just felt good came through on the video and made it more sincere. You can feel the video.
Yeah, I like the couple too. They're so cute. I was like, oh, they finna get it.
They gonna get cheap. He finna get else. It's so funny that you mentioned that, because the first thing I of course saw is the woman with those high heel stilettos, and I was like, wait a minute, she trying to get an in. Because quite honestly, a big conversation that's been happening in the stepping community. As soon as I saw the skyline, I knew what time it was. I was like, wait a minute. And so we have been really struggling as a community of folk who unite ourselves around dancing and a partner dance and the look, the feel, the flow, the vibe. And I just was thinking to myself, man, I cannot wait until all the Chicago DJs and Atlanta DJs and Detroit DJs get their hands on this song, because the magic is going to be real. And we're all just like, when the world opens up. And so we're just trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to make the masks and the gloves fancy enough so we can dance, so we can get the step in as quickly as possible. Because we're always like this is the kind of song that all of America will know nothing about, but every stepper and every skater will have it on 10 CD mixes, and they're playing it to death. And it had all the vibe and all the love of the stuff that we've been missing, and that people keep saying that we don't get music like that anymore, right? Like, oh, we don't get music like this. Like, yes, we do. Y'all just like y'all ain't out here listening for it. So.
And we have a charge then now to like tag some of those DJs when this interview surfaces. So now we have a responsibility to you, Russell, make sure we tag the folks so they hear what you're doing.
Right.
That's very kind. Thank you.
To that point, I actually saw a comment, Russell, on one of your videos that said, we don't get enough music like this and we don't promote artists that do music like this enough. It was on one of my favorite songs, Electric. Yeah, that was one of my favorites. So was that one actually inspired by something specific?
Okay, let me. Electric. First off, thank you, ladies, for the wonderful compliments. I appreciate that. When you, as an artist, when people get it and they connect, for me, when they connect, it's no better feeling. So the fact that you guys have connected to it and sharing it with me is lovely. So thank you. With regard to Electric, let's see, where did it come from? We were in California, the club. So I work with a producer, one of my long-standing collaborators named Tim Kavasnowski, white boy from Seattle, Washington. And he is one of the most emotionally connected musicians. He plays everything that I know. He does a lot of scoring for television and commercials. So you hear a lot of his work, you don't necessarily hear his name. And one of the things, Electric is from the War of the Hearts record. And so my first two albums.
I love that record too. Let me just say that. I love that record.
Thank you, Joy. That was the beginning of a shift in me, because I had spent so much time with people telling me, so you see what I look like. I'm black. So you're supposed to sound black, and whatever the black means to the powers that be. You're supposed to sound black, look black, write black, sing black, everything's black. But what does that mean?
Well, does that mean loud and a lot of runs and vocal histrionics? Is that what black's supposed to mean?
And melisma. I mean, we could go through all of these wonderful. We could go through all that. Now, I am black, and yes, that I am fully capable because I grew up. This is part of my culture. My family is. I'm a child from the South. I grew up in the North, but my family is from the South, like most of us, But the way that I interact with the world has never been monolithic. And so I never interact with the world in one way in this regard, and I don't interact with the world in just one medium. So Tim, going back to Tim, was like, okay, so what are you feeling? What do you want to work on? How do you want it? What is the feel? And I was like, man, growing up, becoming of age in New York, Joy, playing and partying and going to all the clubs and all the parties and all the music, I wanted to recreate the energy behind being in a nightclub and like what it feels like when you've had a shit week. Can I curse on this? I'm sorry if I can't.
You can curse. We cuss.
All right.
No, we cuss. We don't curse. We cuss.
So you have a shit week and like everything is crazy. You don't know how you're going to pay your rent for the next month. But for Friday night, it doesn't matter. Or maybe even Thursday night. It doesn't even matter. Let me go and shake
Never
this
Saturday.
off.
Never Saturday night.
Never Saturday. No,
that's too Bridget Tunnel. Correct.
Yeah, so Electric came from that space. Was that what do you want to create? And then that's how the energy came to the song.
Okay.
Nice.
I hope I didn't talk your air off.
Some, there was a strange girl. I guess something related to the video. There was a girl and there was just fireworks and it felt electric.
Yes, that's part of the experience of being in a nightclub. When you hear the beat, all is sweating.
Yes,
but the chemistry was really real in the video too.
That was directed by Malcolm Purnell, also someone that is from Brooklyn, Philadelphia, born and raised, black man, we shot that in Brooklyn. The model at the time was just starting out, the lead. I can't remember her name now. That was a lot of fun. The budget was like $50 and I had I had like a team of like 40 people because they had a day off. They all worked together on set on one of the television shows for HBO and they had the day off and everybody chipped in. It was pretty much an entirely black crew.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I've been really blessed in my career with a lot of really great, talented people. So yeah, Electric, the party time, baby. That's where it came from.
So speaking of being blessed in your career, can you tell me a little bit about how War of Hearts ended up on the Degrassi soundtrack?
Yes. Serendipity. coming up in New York, one of the P programmers for VH1 was hip to my music for some time, had come out to shows and supported me. And then one thing led to another, and I did the song, and then the music video ended up on television. And then I started to get sync, which is synchronization requests to use the song as other for television shows and commercials and so forth. And then because of the visibility on VH1,
let me pause too. It was VH1 You Ought to Know artist. He was a VH1 You Ought to Know artist. So that's where the VH1 connection comes from. So rewind and add that in. And it was great. They did that 60-second thing, and it was like acoustic. It was just Russell and the drums. It was really dope. So just add that context.
That was a beautiful experience as well. Like, it just serendipity, it just came out of nowhere. And like I was the first Black You Ought to Know artist. There was, who else was that at that time? I don't know. Lumineers, Sam Smith, Adele. Wow. Those people were. This was 2014.
Mm-hmm. And it was on the Fosters. It was on the Fosters?
It was on the Fosters on ABC. I don't remember. It was on that was my breakthrough to be on television shows, that my songs ended up showing up on TV shows. So it was just a matter of being able to break through the noise. Like, I had somebody say, hey, this is worth listening to. And she had the power to push me through the noise for other people to hear. And that's, to speak to your friend, I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. But to speak to One Solo, yes, the stepper. To speak to One Solo's point is that the music is out there. You just got to have somebody pull you through the noise,
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so that's how I got to Degrassi High. That's how the song got there.
Amen. Yeah, and in a world where folks aren't, where the majority of folks ain't gathering for dancing, if you're not hearing it on the radio all the time, folks don't even know it's out there.
It's true.
Right.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Or satellite radio.
Yeah. Satellite is a big play now too. And also, the limitation of like people, because I'm not 17 years old, that song came out just a couple of years ago, and oh wait, quick, fast, and in a hurry, I see a business suit, baby.
I know, right?
The expectations that because I can only play to my demo, so I'm Black, I can only play to Black people, and then I can only play to people that are 35 and up,
right?
But Degrassi High, I had like 13-year-olds that were sending me Twitter messages saying, "Oh my God, your song is my life," and I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Wow. Wow. That's because they didn't know that them parents might be listening to it too. If they even thought somebody in their 30s or 40s was listening to it, they'd be like, "This is trash."
Immediately. Indeed.
Thought it for a second. But I want to say this, Russell, and of course, I've told you this before, but your voice is so beautiful. I mean, there is just you have so much range, first of all, but especially when you hit like singing your higher range and falsetto and the higher ranges, your voice is just magnificent. And I would really advise anybody who's sleeping on Russell to stop sleeping on him and check out all of his albums. There's another song too, and I don't remember the name. It's from an older album, and that falsetto was just giving me a stomach ache. It was just so good. It was so beautifully done.
It's interesting. It gives her a stomach ache. It gives me something else.
All right. All right.
A little ache and a yearning somewhere else, not in the stomach.
To another category.
You know what? Kitty got
aches and yearns
with that one.
Kitty got
Show you right, Miss Joy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Ladies, do you have any more questions before we let Russell get back to his day?
Yes. What else are you working on?
What are you working on?
Okay. I have a project. So I have one project that I'm working on with a new team of people based out of Los Angeles. Because of COVID, we kind of got sat down. But we're 7 songs in as a team, and we got 3 more to do, and then that project should be ready. So you stay tuned for that. And then I have another song in the pipeline called Wake Up. And that is not part of the new project. This will be a one-off, and it speaks to the state of our world, particularly African American. I don't believe I'll come back and talk to you about the African American thing. I believe in Black. So it speaks to the Black man's condition and his position and what we are going through here in the United States. And then that is a companion to one of the songs that I released 2 years ago called Superman, that has vocals of one of my friends, Layla Hathaway, on it. And I'm actually working on releasing image to that now. I'm actually working on it right now. So that should be up and
hashtag
out.
Girl Crush. Hey, Layla.
Layla's awesome.
Yeah,
she's so
Layla's
pretty.
our boo. She's our boo.
She's so pretty. But her voice is also just gives you chills.
Off the chain. Yeah, one of a generation.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned. Those are the things that I'm working on, and always creating art, always pushing the culture forward, and much like you ladies. So.
Well, thank you, Russell. Everybody, you guys can follow Russell on Instagram at @rsoulstar. You can go to his website to check out the video, www.russelltaylor.net. You can find the video Come Morning on YouTube. I think I covered everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Russell. I appreciate
it's my pleasure.
Love the song.
Thank you.
And check out the Come Morning Challenge too. There were some very interesting challenges on there that I loved.
It's funny.
I loved it. I thought it was really a smart thing to do too. So kudos to you. So Russell Taylor, our guest for the Culture Black Music Month, not African American. I'm with you. Black Music Month. Thank you to my girls, Chloe, One Solo, KC the Alchemist, and this is your girl, Joy. 3BC Podcasts on Instagram, 3 Black Chicks on Facebook. And again, you're listening to 3BC, powered by the Kudzukian Network. We'll see you next time. Peace.
3BC, recorded at Kudzukian Studios, directed, produced, and distributed by Kudzukian.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/3BC.